All right, so in this video, we're going to be looking at ways that we can format text so that we can apply various color coding to our data so that it's easier to identify values of different sizes and magnitudes. And so for this, we're going to use this conditional formatting option. So we have different color scales that we can apply. We have highlight cell rules, for instance. And so for the 1 through 7 scale questions in this data set, we're going to look at the color scales options. Now you can choose any of these color scales you want, but I'm going to use the green, red, yellow. And if you want everything to be consistent with each other, you should highlight all of the data that you want to follow the same scale. I did an example just so that we could see kind of what it looks like. And if you don't have like a 1 in this row and then you do in another row and you highlight, you do them one at a time, then that 1 is going to have a different color than the 2. Or they may have the same color and they may not, the scales may be broken up slightly differently. So we want to highlight everything that we want to have highlighted the same way. And then we're going to go to our color scales. I'm going to choose this one. And notice that it's going to highlight the ones, the concerning ones at the lower bound here for this particular style as a really bright red. The bad ones are going to be more red or orange. The good ones are going to be green. And then anything that is not a number is just going to be ignored. And so this just makes it very easy to see. This particular survey taker just loved everything, 7s across the board. This particular survey taker was very unhappy. So we have that as an option for the numerical ones. You can just highlight everything all at once. Now, for the options involving the text ones, you actually have to do each text one at a different time. So I can do all the yeses and then come back and do all the nos. So just as an example, and again, I'm going to leave the example that I did earlier alone and just do the ones that are left. And again, we're going to go to the conditional formatting option, and this will be the highlight cell rules. And we're going to choose equal to, or you can choose text that contains. So here, if I want everything with a Y, the Ys are good. I don't want them in red. I want them green because those are the good ones. And then I can go back and I can choose text that contains again. And now I can say no. And I want those ones highlighted light red with dark red fill. And so now all of my no's are red and all of my red yeses, those are the good responses, are in green. Now I would have to do this several times to do this for my A, B, C, D, E data, my multiple choice data. And I would have to choose different colors. Since these are different questions, I don't feel terribly obligated to be completely consistent. But let's say I wanted to do A. I have no idea. These don't really mean anything. You can choose a custom color. You don't have to use the ones that are available to you. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose from these colors up here. So let's say A is going to be blue. And then I'm going to turn this into, I have to hit OK before it will implement OK. And then I can have to go back. Text that contains, I'm now going to do B. And I'm going to go to custom format. And I did this one earlier, so now I'm going to do orange. And I'm going to hit OK. And then I have to go back. Each one, you have to go back after you hit OK. That was a C. I'm going to do custom format. Let's do that one in green. Hit OK. And then we'll go back to this. Now we'll specify D and custom format. I'm going to pick purple and I'm going to hit OK. And then finally, I need one for E, light red fill, E. And so now I have my 5 colors and they're all highlighted and I can see, again, as a glance, which answers are similar and which answers are different. And again, the multiple choice ones are not as important to do as these ones over here. Again, we have the scale and we have our yes, no colorization.